Hello and welcome to Prime TV News. I'm Asha Nigamage. First, the headlines. Muslim ministers, deputy ministers and governors Hizbullah and Azad Saleh resign. Venerable Ratanathera calls off his fast. Prime Minister and opposition leader hold talks. More than 2,000 arrested over terror attacks and riots, and 1,655 released on bail. And on news overseas, Trump is to arrive at Stansted Airport for a UK visit. And now the news in detail. All Muslim ministers, deputy ministers and state ministers have resigned from their posts. In addition, Eastern Province Governor MLAM Hizbullah and Western Province Governor Azad Saleh have handed in their letters of resignation to President Maithripala Sirisena. Eastern Province Governor MLAM Hizbullah and Western Province Governor Azad Saleh resigned from their posts after holding a discussion with the President. The President's office announced that the President had accepted their letters. MLAM Hizbullah clarified the reasons for his resignation to the media near the Presidential Secretariat as the Governor of the Eastern Province. He also expressed views on the CCTV footage that is being exchanged with respect to him at present. The fast launched by parliamentarian the Venerable Athuraliya Ratanathera has been called off. It was staged for 4 full days. Calling off the fast this afternoon, the Venerable Thera said that he was doing so as his demands had been met. The Venerable Ratanathera staged the fast opposite the Sri Dalada Maligava in Kandy, calling for the removal of the Eastern Province Governor MLAM Hizbullah, Western Province Governor Azad Saleh and Minister Rishad Badiuddin from their positions. During the last few days, people's representatives as well as a large gathering made inquiries into his well-being. Also, Archbishop of Colombo, His Eminence Malcolm Cardinal Ranjit inquired into the well-being of the monk this morning. MLAM Hizbullah and Azad Saleh have handed in their resignations to the President today. Accepting their resignations, the President had issued a Twitter message. A letter saying that they have resigned from the post of the Governor was handed in to the Venerable Ratanathera by the Governor of the Central Province, Maitri Gunaratna. Accordingly, the monk decided to call off his fast. Thereafter, he was taken to the Kandy Hospital by an ambulance. Police spokesman SP Ruwan Gunasekara said today that a total of 2,289 individuals have been arrested in total over East Sunday attacks and the recent rioting incidents in the northwestern province. The spokesman noted that 423 persons of the arrested suspects have been remanded, while 211 are being questioned at the police stations of their respective areas. Further, 68 suspects are currently in the custody of the Criminal Investigations Department. He said, adding that 26 are being interrogated by the Terrorist Investigations Department. Meanwhile, the police spokesman said that 1,655 suspects have been released on bail. Mr. Gunasekara also outlined that 575 suspects were arrested under the Prevention of Terrorism Act, while 213 have been apprehended under emergency regulations. He further noted that 72 individuals were arrested under the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights and 1,429 had been arrested under the Penal Code. Still on local news, opposition leader Mahinda Rajapaksa met Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe today. Their meeting took place at Temple Trees. Several others accompanied opposition leader Mahinda Rajapaksa to Temple Trees this morning for the meeting with Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe. Minister Mangala Samaravira joined in the discussion held with the Prime Minister. Opposition leader Mahinda Rajapaksa said he discussed the relief that the banking sector should grant to relieve the impact created in the tourism and other sectors. Discussions also centered on all those who had suffered injuries. Politics was not discussed. He said they sought solutions to these issues. Minister Mangala Samaravira said that they met the opposition group under the patronage of the Prime Minister and made a special introduction to them about the relief package granted to the economy and various other sectors hindered after the 21st attack. The minister said that he expected to make a full statement in Parliament on Thursday with respect to the awareness raised by the opposition leader. He said that they had a cordial discussion. The minister said that even the opposition leader accepted that no country in the world had returned to normality within such a short period after an ISIS attack as Sri Lanka. The ISIS network had been wiped out from the country so soon. But today, the issue is not that, but that certain extremists are attempting to create a Black July. He pointed out that it is the onus of all politicians to support in overcoming such an issue. Even the opposition leader agreed to this point. Governors come under the extremist group if they have been engaged in extremist activities that can be proved. But he said that the extremists he was referring to had proved not only by deeds but by statements too.
ක්‍රියාවෙන් විතරක් නෙමෙයි වචනයෙන් අන්තවාදීන් බව විනාඩියෙන් විනාඩියට ඔප්පු කරනවා. ඒක නිසා මේ ප්‍රශ්න කීපයක් මේව පටල ගන්න හදන්න එපා.
Many programs have been mooted on behalf of creating an environment-friendly community parallel to the National Environment Week. Accordingly, many programs targeting school children, public employees and the people have been launched under the guidance of the President to groom an environment-friendly community. President Maithripala Sirisena planted a Kiripalu sapling in the premises of the President's house in view of National Environment Week. The National Environment Week was launched from the 30th of last month to June 5th this month, marking World Environment Day, which falls on June 5th. Various programs have been launched during this week. Accordingly, today was named as the Biodiversity Conservation Day. Tomorrow is Sustainable Land Management Day. Latest findings have confirmed that about 9 out of 10 of the world population are living in an environment sans suitable ventilation. It has been estimated that nearly 7 million die annually in the world due to inhaling impure air. Since about 4 million that die in this manner are from the Asian and Pacific region, the United Nations Environment Programme has selected air pollution as the theme for this year. Sri Lanka has selected minimizing air pollution through management as this year's theme for Environment Day. Many tree planting programs are in place in this respect. In the meantime, a program has been launched to plant 5 million trees within Mahaweli zones under the National Tree Planting Week. This program is operative under the guidance of the President. 5 million plants are to be planted at the rate of 500,000 within each of the 10 Mahaweli zones. The plants are being produced by the zones itself, while 75,000 plants are being produced by the Mahaweli Central Plant Nursery at Navadevita in Kotmale. The fourth in the series of programs Rata Venuwen Ekata Sitimu commenced today centering the Mullaitivu district. This program has been mooted by the President's office in collaboration with various ministries according to a concept of President Maithripala Sirisena. Its prime aim is to grant optimum benefits to the people through the development projects and social welfare programs. Many special development programs are being implemented related to the prevention of kidney diseases. The Relief Centre for Kidney Patients constructed at the Tunkai Mallavi Hospital at a cost of 37 million rupees is expected to be declared open by the President. The opening will take place parallel to the conclusion ceremony slated to be held on the 8th of this month. Among the programs to be held include the distribution of toxin-free rice rations for 300 kidney disease families, the conduct of clinics for the identification of kidney disease, and the distribution of domestic water filters covering all divisional secretariat divisions within the Mullaitivu district. Meanwhile, the program titled Tell the President also commenced today. It began at the Valioya Divisional Secretariat. It is slated to continue at the Oddu Sudan, Mannai, Tunukkai, Pudukudu Irippu, and Maritime Pattu Divisional Secretariats. It is slated to continue at the Oddu Sudan, Mannai, Tunukkai, Pudukudu Irippu, and Maritime Pattu Divisional Secretariats. A new general manager has been appointed to the Independent Television Media Network. SANR Subasinghe assumed duties this morning as the new General Manager of ITN. SANR Subasinghe, who had his academic studies at the Gampaha Bandaranayaka Vidyalaya, pursued his higher studies in the Commerce Division, entered the Sri Jayawardhanapura University and obtained a Bachelor of Business Administration special degree. He is a member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants. He had been engaged in a number of academic activities carried out in the field of business management, including the master's degree in economics. In 2002, he had been serving as an accountant of the Prime Minister's office and also the Chief Internal Auditor of the Ministry of Industries and Commerce and the Internal Auditor of the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports Ministry, Industry and Commerce. He is an officer who has wide experience in the field of administration. At the same time, he had served as the accountant of the Ministry of Buddha Sasana and Religious Affairs from the year 2010 to 2012 and as Chief Accountant of the Public Relations and Public Affairs Ministry from the year 2013 to 2015. He had also served as the Chief Accountant of the Ministry of State Public Administration, Disaster Management and Rural Affairs from 2015 up to date. He has also served as the Chief Executive Officer of the National Loan and Development Fund and as the Accountant of the Inventors Commission. SANR Subasinghe assumed office today as the General Manager of the Independent Television Network in the presence of its chairperson Tilaka Jayasundara. Among those who joined in the occasion were members of the higher management. Minister Daya Gamage has said that the SIPTORA scholarship will be given to children of all Samurdhi families who passed the GCE ordinary level examination from this year. Hitherto, the scholarship was given only to a group of selected children. Samurdhi entitlements were given to 15,000 within the Kayagala district, parallel to the national program of awarding Samurdhi entitlements to 600,000 families. It took place under the patronage of Minister Daya Gamage and parliamentarian Kabir Hashim. They announced on this occasion that the government had spent a colossal amount on the social welfare program within the 4 years. Minister Daya Gamage said that earlier 30,000 were selected for the SIPTORA scholarship, but the scholarship was given only to 10,000. But he emphasized to the new Samurdhi beneficiaries that the SIPTORA scholarship will be awarded to all children of new families who pass the ordinary level examination. In addition, he said that within 2 months, 50 from each divisional secretariat division will be selected before the end of this year to be given a 200,000 rupee subsidy and also a loan of 500,000 to be repaid within 5 years. He also said that 20,000 houses will also be constructed. Parliamentarian Kabir Hashim said that a program will be launched purely for investment. He said that in 2014, before they assumed office, only 15,000 million rupees was allocated for the Samurdhi. But by 2015, he said that 40,000 million rupees was being allocated for the Samurdhi. It was an increase of 25,000 million rupees. 12,600 million rupees was being allocated in 2014 for the elders' allowance and for pensions. But in 2015, it was increased to 15,000 million rupees. This clearly indicates that the allocation made for social development had been increased by the government not twofold, but by fivefold.
කරන ලද ආයෝජනය දෙගුණයකින් නෙවෙයි පස් ගුණයකින් වගේ මේ අවුරුදු 4 තුල අපි වැඩි කරලා තියෙනවා.
An ombudsman's office has been established at the opposition leader's office to solicit information on those who are subject to political victimization and for those who face hindrances following government's day-to-day activities. The event took place under the patronage of opposition leader Mahinda Rajapaksa. The aim of this ombudsman is to secure complaints directed to opposition MPs separately to one location. Opposition leader Mahinda Rajapaksa said that 2 parliamentarians will be directed to this unit daily to accept complaints. And lastly, on local news, 3 Pradeshia Sabha members commenced staging a protest climbing the Mahiyangana clock tower. They claimed that certain Mahaweli officials were not giving an ear to them. These 3 Pradeshia Sabha members began staging their protest after climbing the clock tower within the Mahiyangana town this morning. These members said that certain Mahavali officials were not working impartially in finding a solution to the land issues and also for providing electricity supplies to houses. As such, they claimed that the people are facing hindrances. 2 members of the Mahiyangana Pradeshia Sabha and a female member of the Riddhi Maliya Pradeshia Sabha joined in the protest. And now we take a look at the day's exchange rates. And that's all the news tonight. Log in to itnnews.lk for the very latest in news at home and overseas. Malshani Gamagi signing out. Good night.